Hello and welcome to English 911. My name is Skyla. Let's write this down. S-K-Y-L-A. And no, it has nothing to do with the sky. Okay, so this last week I've read many letters. I've enjoyed reading your letters. Thank you for sending them to me. And now for today's program though, our first question is from Sasha. And Sasha's question is, again, about homonyms. Let me write this word on the screen. It's a very important word. You know, we have synonyms, antonyms, etc. And we have homonyms. Homonyms are words that sound the same, and we have many of them in English. So our first question of the day is about some homonyms. Specifically, pair, pair, and, you guessed it, our last one, pair. So, pair, pair, and pair. So like we can see, they all are written differently, but they sound the same, and they all have different meanings. Our first one, pair. This is like a couple of something. For example, you have a pair of pants, you have a pair of scissors. So this means like a group of something. Or, a couple, two. And now our second one, pair. Now this is interesting. This actually is a verb, to pair. Let's put our to here. This means to cut down, to make smaller. For example, when you clean potatoes, right? You peel potatoes. You can also say that you pare potatoes. And what you have left, the peelings, are also called parings. For example, also say for Christmas, you have a list. You say, oh, you know what I want for my birthday or for Christmas? This, 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 and this. And your parents might look at it and say, you know, I think you need to pare that list down a little. Make it smaller. So this one, to make it, smaller, to minus something from it, right? And now our last one, pair. This is something you eat. You guessed it, it is a pear. Again, not really an artist, but here we have a pear. So, a pair, a group of two things usually. To pair, a verb meaning to make smaller, and pear, a fruit that you eat and is very delicious. Okay, now on to our second question. Okay, and now our second question. Our second question is from Dasha, and she writes in, also almost about homonyms, similar anyway. Anyway and anyway. These are, here first we have anyway and any way. Why does English have so many of these words? It's just to make life interesting for all of us. So anyway, this is an adverb, okay? And this is an adverb meaning regardless. Regardless of the consequences, I will do it anyway, okay? It doesn't matter, anyway. For example, we're going to do it anyway. What if you think we should do it or we shouldn't do it, we're going to do it anyway. Now, anyway, this is actually just the word any modified by way. And it means like any manner or any method. So here you can just put in synonyms for way, right? Like manner or method. For example, say we have your truck has broken down, or maybe your bicycle, since I don't think most of us own trucks. And we can say like, I don't know any way that I can fix this. I don't know any manner, any method, any possible different way that I can fix my bicycle. Okay, and now on to our last question for today. Our last question is from Victor, and he writes in an interesting question. He says, what does it mean to table something? Well, this is an interesting question. Let's just put it up here. To table something. To table something. So we all know what a table is, right? Here. Here's our little table. Like you sit at it, you have dinner, you can eat at a table. To table something has two different meanings depending if you're in Great Britain or if you're in North America. In North America, it means that you put something on the table and basically you forget about it. You table something. You are postponing it until later. So in the United States, let's write this, US equals postpone. However, in Great Britain, this means that you are placing something on the table and then we can all see it. We are going to discuss it. So in the United States, you place something on the table, you table it, you forget about it, you postpone it till later. In Great Britain, you place it on the table so that you can discuss it. So this means that you are going to discuss it right now. However, you should be aware that we have both been influenced by each other's television and films. So it's almost better to just ask the person when they say, let's table this, what they actually mean by this statement. So I'm looking forward to hearing any questions you have to write to me this next week. As always, see you next time. Goodbye.